Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm Alex Whiteley, and today I'm joined by the Morris family. And you might be thinking, oh, why is he talking to the Morris family? Well, it's because they got an amazing story. They're about to embark on a journey that most families might think, well, that's bizarre, but just insult them to their faces, because it's one of those things that we all want to do, all right? But we never actually go and do it. So would you guys like to introduce yourselves to the listeners?
I'm Sarah. I'm Mum, and this is my husband Paul, and this is our eldest son Harrison. He's 10.
Sup.
I love that. And we're doing this in the living room with my family and your family together. They're playing Minecraft, so there might be a bit of background chatter, but this is from my family to your family. I want to understand what's going on here, so thank you so much for coming on the show today.
No
problem.
Yeah. Okay, so do you guys hail from Shrewsbury originally? Are you true Slopians?
Born and bred, yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Where in Shrewsbury are you from originally?
Meal Brace.
You're from Meal Brace?
Yeah.
Yep.
Grew up in Meal Brace, went to school, Meal Brace school, all the way through.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Shrewsbury
a
lad.
country bumpkin. I lived out in Vennington and Long Mountain out in the countryside.
Wow, okay. So we got the urban and the rural.
Yeah. Mixed together.
Mixed together. What do you do for a profession? Have you got...
What I did in event catering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we started off a family business. My dad and my uncle, they were ice cream men on the streets, Shrewsbury.
Oh, wow,
back
okay.
in the day. Grew a business in the events, doing all sorts of events around the country.
Food and bars, things like that.
Yeah, grew into a food business and a bar business. But
That's interesting. I remember interviewing Andy O'Brien, who his dad run a chip shop, and I was just these the ice cream man and the chip shop, and they always become like the anchor of society, don't they? They go and people just crowd round them and stuff. So you guys are about to. Well, you've already sold your house, right?
yeah. We live in a caravan
we
now.
sold it. We live in a caravan, and one more month, and then we're pretty much out and about in Spain.
On our way.
Yep.
You're on your way.
Yeah, so about 3 months in the caravan so far.
The house sold really quickly, so we weren't really expecting it.
Yeah.
We weren't really expecting to go so soon, I suppose.
No.
And basically, we would have been gone already, but me and Sasha want to finish the netball season.
Wow, okay, that sounds great. So you guys you've sold your house and you're going to go and live on a boat, right?
Sailing boat.
On a sailing boat.
Yeah.
Which is like the dream. Like I said, this is like the dream, especially right now. The last couple of years, not been a lot of positivity coming out of things, apart from things like the Shrewsbury Biscuit. I was on the radio. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was explaining this on the radio last night. I mean, the world's fallen apart, but it's up to people like me and other content creators, radio, TV people, to sort of get you guys through this. But this is just fantastic that you can be able to do it. But I bet it's not been easy, right?
No, the bit in the middle. Like the caravan, it's really, really small
And
compared
it's
to a house, obviously.
because
We're on top of each other, aren't we?
me, Sasha, and Ashton are in the same room, and
Do you fight lots?
because it's a small space. We do have an awning, which is good because got a bit more space, and
But
Yeah.
it is tricky because
Yeah, it is.
very close quarters. But they've done really, really well. I got to give them that.
I know.
They took it really well.
it's all me.
It's all you. I'm the angel. No, you're the angel.
No one may talk to me.
But in the long run, you're going to have the world at your feet. And I was talking about this with my wife and with Timmy. And what did it say? Are they going to go to Ecuador on this boat? And I was like, maybe. Well, that's the choice, isn't it? You can go wherever you want to go.
Yeah, exactly. We'll try and stick to the warm climate
Yeah.
to start with. But Mediterranean is first, and then just see where we go.
What made you come up with this idea? Whose idea was it first?
His idea, all his.
I love that. There's like a blame attached to that. It was him. It was him.
Pointing straight at
All
you.
him.
It was about 5 or 6 years ago when he started watching these YouTube videos of people, usually just two people, on their boats at sea, having a lovely time, whilst I was at home knee deep in nappies with these three, because they're twin boys and a little girl,
But
only
you didn't have
20 months apart. And he said this idea, what about you should buy a boat, go sailing. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even cross the road safely with these three. You've got to, we had 2 Springer Spaniels as well at the time. I was like, oh God, here we go. Boats, it's just not going to happen. It's ridiculous. And he'd watch these lovely channels of everyone floating around and, cracking a beer open at the end of the day, diving into the sea. And I was like, this is just so unsafe. It's just stupid to think that we could ever go on a boat. It's ridiculous. And then over the years, we've sort of thought about the kids getting older. And we don't have our Springer Spaniels anymore, do we? But we've got 2 Cocker Spaniels who are 2, and they're going to come with us as well.
Yep.
And the kids are just great. We've had homeschooling because of COVID, which we coped quite well with. And we don't have any ties anymore. We're not tied to a family business anymore. And yeah, so much has happened. Life's just too short, isn't it?
I think sometimes you just got to tear off that band-aid, haven't you? You should be like, right, I'm just doing it. I don't care. Let bygones be bygones, whether they're good, whether they're bad, and just go and do it. I keep saying, my wife, I think half agrees with me, but I'd like to spend a year out in America. I'd love to go and work and see if I can do something with this voice of mine. Just because
should.
Why not? And but it's never happened yet. It's never materialised. But you've taken that step. You're making this happen. I'm so jealous of you.
They love the Brits over there. You definitely do it.
Absolutely. So when does an idea like this become an actual thing? What's the first step you make to make an idea happen like this?
It was a couple of years ago. I lost my brother a couple of years ago.
Oh, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thanks. He's 43, so at that point you sit there and look at yourself and you're working 12, 14 hours a day and think, what is it all about? And that was the turning point, I think, for Sarah as well, to think, okay, maybe we could spend more time together. Maybe we could do this and live a healthier lifestyle than we are living. Be together more with the kids and try this family thing together and go off. So that was the starting point. That was 2 years ago. Nearly 3 years ago, where we started to think about it properly.
Yeah.
And then
a whole lot of research goes into how could we do this, because you can't just lock the door.
I can't even fathom how much you've had to. I mean, I bought a new camera and I sat for 2 months looking on different sites just for a camera. Never mind selling your house and finding a boat and then moving across to the other side of Europe and then finding the right waters and learning.
Yeah, so the finding the right boat, we know what we want. We haven't found the right one yet. We'll do that when we're moving to Spain. In a month's time. I'm training now. I'm down in the Solent in 4, 7, 8, 9 winds.
I thought I'd pack him off to the Solent in February to see if he was 100% about going, because he's nearly been blown away by, what was that hurricane last?
The storms. I was in the Solent.
What was it?
During the storms, yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty hairy, but yeah. But I loved it. So if you
came
can do it
back
down
so
there,
enthusiastic, I couldn't believe it.
So, I guess with the idea of living on a boat, you can just moor up somewhere and stay inland for a bit, I guess, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You throw the anchor anywhere. And,
Yeah.
As long as you find shelter. Drop the anchor and stay wherever you want for nothing.
Well, we're swapping kids, I think. You can come back. Don't worry about it. We've got another few minutes. I think we're getting Sasha next.
It's keen.
Yeah. I got the ability to set up 6 microphones, and I did say I was going to set up 6 microphones, but one of my cables broke, came apart, which left me with one left. So it would have been
Probably better you haven't got them all on.
Hi, Sasha. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Are you excited about this journey?
Yeah, but I'm going to miss my friends a lot.
Yeah, but we're living in the world of, WhatsApp and Facebook, and there's so many ways to stay in touch with people now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can make loads of new friends from all around the world. Well, it's mainly Spain, let's start off with, but you can go anywhere in the world, can't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll remember their names, though.
Well, you got to start somewhere, haven't you? What are you looking forward to most about this?
Probably moving to different countries and finding out more new things.
Yeah? Are you looking forward to learn how to sail, or have you been practicing already?
I'm not really going to learn how to sail, but I might drive it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Dad, would that be all right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah?
Captain Sasha.
Ah.
Yeah. So you sold the house. So how difficult was that for you guys? Because you got obviously you're selling everything. You got to downsize. I imagine all of your stuff's got to go.
That's the hardest part. You just accumulate so much stuff in your life.
Clutter, my wife calls it. It's clutter.
And
Kinder Egg toys. Clutter.
It really is. It really is. Yeah.
Where we found we had enough stuff. We didn't want any more stuff. We didn't want a bigger house. We didn't want to have a bigger car. And we just thought, what do we work for now? What do we go out, like you say, for 12, 14-hour days for?
Yeah.
For what? So we can pay 3 times the price for a holiday, two or 3 times a year. Hopefully, get away for 1 week at Easter. Hopefully 2 weeks in August. What do we want to do? We want to travel. We want to be together. You work all those hours just to spend more time together for those weeks. And with event catering, you work weekends as well, so you've missed out on so much, haven't you?
Yeah, it's busy. It's a weekend work. It was not weekend work. It's all week, but you're never at home because the busy time is the weekends. So.
I find myself with what I'm doing with the biscuit, with You Suck, which is the other network I've got, and with the radio, it's like the interviews are the easy bits. It's the editing and the releasing, the marketing, everything. Like it's a full-time job doing what I do on the side of my other full-time job, and I barely get to see my family. So tomorrow we've got a day. It's a lie because in the morning I'm recording something, but like after that, I've got the whole day, and we're gonna go nerdy cafe. We're gonna play some board games, and it's just family day. And I feel like I'm just gonna have to cut everything. I don't care if everything's late. I'm just spending time with my family. You've got to do that, right? But you've taken the extreme. You've gone right. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna go and do what we need to do. And I've got so much admiration for you to be able to do that. I'm jealous. I'm admiring of you, and I can't wait to see what you guys get up to. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Can't wait either.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Have you had a lot of I imagine you've had a lot of difficult conversations with friends and family about this?
They all think we're crazy, yeah. Absolutely.
One of my friends is really, really worried for us.
Yeah.
Isn't one of your friends really jealous?
Oh, plenty of them.
I bet they all are.
They're
I'm
very
jealous.
excited. And they're all excited because they know that they're going to get better holidays when they come and stay with us on the boat.
Yeah, my friends know, but they're just going to really miss me.
Of course they're going to miss you.
Yeah.
You honestly, like, you go through life, you meet new people. People come and go, but you've got what we didn't have when we were younger, is in social media. You can stay in touch with everybody. Timmy's got a friend called Will. They grew up together, and then when Will was like 2 years old, he moved to Australia. But they speak to each other on the phone and stuff. They still know who each other are. Yeah, it's very nice. And they send each other birthday messages and stuff. But he's got this little Australian little accent now. He's like, all right, I'm Will. It's really funny. You didn't have that when
Small
it was.
world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you've got that. And you can also write and post things and learn about how to send things.
I can use them on FaceTime as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You make TikTok dances and whatever. Social.
See, this is why we need TikTok.
Today.
Alex.
Sorry. We've just today. Timmy's just discovered TikTok. I'm very sorry about this. You got to listen to your parents though. It's up to your parents.
I'm getting the side eye from Sasha right now.
Timmy doesn't have his own TikTok, but he's using my wife's, his mum's. So, because it's very.
Yeah,
We share a TikTok.
I've got it, but we don't.
Yeah,
Very good at
we
it.
got it, but we don't.
I've got to get
use
better
it
at all of this stuff.
Yeah, and you need to let me use TikTok.
We're going to post a few videos on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
If they get any interest, not that they do, but at least if not, that's something we can use as reference later on in life.
Well, this is the reason I bought TikTok and social media, is because, these difficult conversations you have had, it might, quell a few sort of fears and, actually maybe inspire people to go and do the same thing as you're doing.
I hope so. Well, the videos that other families have done already, they've inspired us to go, haven't they?
Definitely.
Yeah, like sailing the Tara, sailing the Vagabond, and then
Sailing Sunday, I've just got into.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
So it's doable. We watch people do it. How long it lasts? It could be back in a year. We might never come back.
That'll be another conversation. No, Paul's not with me.
Well, at least you tried. And sorry.
Yeah.
Most people, and that is like the utmost people, don't have the kahunas to do this. So the fact that you're doing it, you've done it, haven't you? So, so you've sold the house now. You're in a caravan. You're in the Westminster Showground. First of all, the floods terrible.
We retreated to
Higher ground.
grandparents' houses.
Yeah.
Luckily, my
grandparents.
mum and dad were away at the time, so we bailed into their house.
Well, that's good.
Shut the caravan up on the hill, and yeah.
How has it been going from living in a house to a tiny little caravan? How for you?
Well, it's been quite hard because we've had lots of memories in the different houses because Snoopy died in our old house.
Yeah.
And then our other dog, Wilbur, died in our last house, and there's lots of memories in our houses.
We were very happy at
Yeah.
where we lived, so it's another... Oh, we're not running away from anything. We do love Shrewsbury. We're really happy here. But we would just like to... Shrewsbury will still be here when we get back.
Yeah.
But we will really miss our friends and our neighbours from where we lived. It's a lovely
Yeah,
thing.
but luckily we can come back and stay for a few months in the caravan because that
Exactly.
won't be gone.
Yeah.
That's why we got the caravan as well. Is obviously we need to stay in it at the moment, but when the time comes, we will need to come back to Shrewsbury for whatever reason, whether it's Christmas or a celebration or something, and we can all just come back and nobody has to put us up because there's 7 of us, including the dogs. So we're quite a lot for people.
Yeah.
And we all pile in their house.
So I imagine with you guys being the family size that you are, the boat's got to be quite big. I mean, how big is the boat?
57 foot is the one we're looking at the moment. Yeah.
Wow.
It's quite big, bigger than anything I've sailed on.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
My mum, I don't know if she's going to like me saying this on a podcast, but I'm going to say she lived on a canal boat.
Does she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did for a bit. And I used to be like, oh my God, she's living on a boat and she's surrounded by cold water during the winter. She's not. And you go into the boat and it's really hot because you've got the cold.
Cozy.
It's very cozy. And it was surprisingly quite big down there. You step down in there and it is like a small apartment down there.
Yeah.
These things take you by surprise.
Yeah.
Dad and Rosie used to do a lot of canal boating and with their friends and their dogs and stuff. They loved it.
Yeah, the first aider went on a boat.
Yes,
Yeah,
she did.
she went for 2 years, but then they couldn't go for COVID because they always used to go to Greece every year.
That's it.
But
This is our
then they
first aid
couldn't.
teacher. We had a first aid
Yeah.
course yesterday.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Run through a few essentials before we head off.
No, it was a Wednesday.
It was.
So 2 days ago, yeah.
Get it right, Dad.
We did. We got a lady called Kelly from Mini First Aid, and she did
Yeah.
a 2.5 hour family first aid course for us, me and Paul and the kids. So we're all able to help each other should anything happen, and we've all got our certificates, haven't we? So
That's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. How do you deal with the essentials that we have to concern ourselves with parents, like the GPs and schools and these kind of things that are meant to be kind of official? How have you dealt with all that?
our school's been brilliant actually. For these 3, we've actually got a meeting on Monday, just kind of like to deschool the kids and transition us out of the school that they go to. We're just gonna see if they can help us anyway. But also, my brother-in-law and my cousins, they're all teachers. One's an Ofsted inspector. One of my best friends is a head teacher.
Oh, that's handy.
They've all been so helpful for primary and secondary. And like with lockdown, we experienced what homeschooling would be, initially with no help. And then, when the schools realised it was going to be longer, that's when they put their online learning together. So we've already researched a lot.
Good.
Sometimes it went
Nice.
well, sometimes it did not go well. But you learn from it.
Who's the best teacher out of your parents?
I'm not sure. I think maybe both of them.
Oh, that's very fair answer.
I'm not going to McDonald's anymore.
You drop yourself in it now.
But we go there like
Hardly
you
ever.
can't quit McDonald's.
Can't. Well,
Then
no.
McDonald's where we're going.
McDonald's is life.
You'll be going to El McDonald soon. How's your Spanish, guys? Any good?
Yeah, very good. But my mum and my dad are not that good.
We don't remember as much as you kids. I think I'm better than Daddy, just saying.
My wife is from Colombia, so she speaks fluent Spanish.
Wow.
And we've been together over 10 years, and I can say only a few phrases. I can probably flirt and know if I'm being spoken about. I can order a beer.
Yeah, we do that.
Dos cerveza, por favor. That's 2 for you there. There you go.
Grande.
I can say pacho pase los dedos, which means your finger licking good. That's a KFC thing, right? I'm not being rude. But yeah, so Spanish should be important, but you can get by, I guess, with Spain. It's, a lot of
Yeah,
things
and wherever else we go, they pick the languages up very quickly.
They're not afraid of languages, which is good.
Yeah, because we have all these books.
Yeah, we did Spanish in lockdown, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Nanny was really good. His mum speaks pretty fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always go there.
Yeah. We did try with Timmy with some Spanish lessons, and you're all right. You could probably remember most of it. But you got colours going and stuff, and days and ojos and nariz, boca.
That's it.
Little bits. So yeah, what's the intention? Is the intention just to stay in Spain, or have you already got plans to move around?
The base is Spain, and then wherever we find the boat we're looking for, we'll end up.
Yeah.
And start there. And
Yeah, but we can't
Mediterranean.
come back to England. We can't come back to England
Yeah, of course we can.
if we don't like it.
I mean, I'd like to go
course we
across the
can.
Atlantic, do that, and maybe eventually across the Pacific.
We're going to try go to the Maldives.
If it was up to Harrison, we'd just buy a boat and shoot straight to the Bahamas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We need a
Florida Keys,
bit more experience before we do that.
and Caribbean.
That
Nice.
definitely sounds like Harrison.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And how do you think you're going to fare being on the boat all the time out at sea? You're going to enjoy that? Is that going to be a good adventure for you?
Yeah, but apparently we're going to go on land every day. Like
Yeah?
Yeah, we're going to be
dogs.
coast hugging to start with.
You're going to learn so much about culture. I mean, culture and learning about families and the family dynamic and how different families work around the world is one thing I love, especially going to Colombia. You know, you can't just walk into a Colombian family and go, all right, guys, how's it going like we do? You got to say hello to everybody individually. And then you sit down and then you talk about... so we're having a child exchange now, I think. You want to jump on? Thank you for chatting to us, Sasha. You were great.
Oh, welcome. Bye.
Bye, Sasha. Right. So would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
My name's Ashton.
Hi, Ashton.
Hi.
So you are going on an amazing journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you're going to go live on a boat in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Very.
Yeah? What are you excited? What excites you most about this when you think about this journey that you're going on?
Probably visiting different countries that I've never been before.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. You guys are. I was just saying to Sasha now. You guys are going. You're doing something that children dream of. You know, going on this lifelong adventure. You're going to learn about culture. You're going to learn languages. You're going to eat different foods. You're going to see different weather. You're going to learn about history and geography. And you know, it's going to be very, very exciting for you guys. Have you prepared yourselves to do this with your kids mentally?
I think we are.
Well, we've already begun to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just talked about it with them for years, and they've watched the videos with us. And some, over the years, sometimes we were all really excited about, why don't we do this? Yes, we can do it. And then you kind of get real, oh, don't be silly. That's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
What you can't do that because you leave the safety of your own home, your four walls, your nice school neighbours, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Why would you go?
Life is just
what
but
we're
routine,
supposed to
isn't
do.
it?
This is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the kids were like, oh no, actually I don't want to leave my friends, and they're like the normal. But then we just kept going back to it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't we? And well, this is
Yeah.
why. Oh, well, yeah, but we could.
Now I've actually made my mind up that I do want to do it because it's going to be like, I'd say, once in a lifetime experience.
You go.
Yeah, it is. It is. And when you're older and you go for, say, I don't know, a job interview And then the other say, do you know any Italian? He would be like, yeah, I know a bit because we lived in Italy for a couple of years. Do you know any Spanish? Yes, I do. Where in Spain are you from? You'll know all about culture. You'll know about different places and
lots of different stories to tell about your experiences.
Yeah. Traveling is very, very important, and I miss it. I mean, COVID has been a nightmare for a lot of things. I mean, we were going to go to America beginning of COVID, that couldn't happen. I do a transatlantic podcast. I was going to go meet with my co-host who I've never met, who I've worked with for 4 years. Yeah, and we were going to go and travel and meet people and see some of Kaz's family, but COVID kicked that right in the sack.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. So how's that affected you guys with your plans? COVID.
Well, we weren't. It was after the business, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, because we lost the business just before COVID, and then
So-
the events industry
His
just
brother
went
passed
into
away.
free fall anyway.
Yes.
In June, didn't he? And then 6 to 8 months later,
Yeah.
it was a family business.
Okay.
Which we were obviously very, very tied to, and Paul and Mark were the owners and running it.
So without no events, there could be no caterers.
No, that didn't help either.
Yeah, so we did a few bits and bobs, just grabbing work here and there where we could.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was again.
Our industry just disappeared overnight, so
Oh, I'm very sorry about that.
that was another reason that
Yeah.
we were just like, hang on,
If you don't do it now,
do we go back
you'll
to
never
it
do
after
This
COVID?
is the only time. It's all fitting in a way. So.
And I guess like doing this is better than grinding to try and build something back up, isn't it? You might as well do something that is a bit more worthwhile. And are you got plans to try and work while you're out there, put your skills to the test?
I think we'll just let fate sort of take that on for
Yeah.
us. We're hardworking people. We'll never not be able to earn a few quid.
So that could kind of leave until fate to see what happens.
And I guess selling a house down to a boat, you've got a bit of surplus anyway that you can probably support. You can do the maths in your head, can't you? Thinking about, okay, house, that's X amount, and then a boat is like, oh, okay, so maybe we can survive for a little bit.
A year or two.
Yeah.
I think people who have already got a boat know that that's not going to last very long.
So there's going to be lots of maintenance involved. And,
Yeah.
How does boat work compared to, like, say, a car? Is there lots of like some equivalents of MOTs, things like that? Is you've got to keep maintaining?
It's just constant. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're on the sea and everything breaks all the time. So yeah, you're constantly maintaining things. So it'll be part of the life. We'll be maintaining the boat.
But our crew is only going to get bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Ashton?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just the boat's gonna feel like a massive space because we've been in the caravan for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will feel. If we'd have gone from house to boat, I think any boat would just feel small compared to a house. But because we're caravan to boat now, the kids will be
gonna
like,
feel
"Oh,
the
I've
norm.
got my own room."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah, well, that's kind of refreshing, really. We've done it gradually. We went from a 3-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom terrace house to this tiny. It's not a tiny apartment. In fact, this apartment's
Lovely.
bigger than our house that we lived in Bellevue. But still, to go from a big house to a small,
Yes.
it's. In fact, actually, this is better because we have less clutter. Things get cleaned up quicker. You should have seen the state of the house before you guys came round. We were like, well, let's have a quick 10-minute whip around, and we
That's
did.
what we used to be like. Do give us 15 minutes notice.
Down there early.
Yeah,
Amazing how
get all the stuff out of the way. Run the
Amazing
Hoover.
how much cleaning you can get done if you know someone's coming around.
Yeah.
Now, I see you've got the GoPro here. What's the intentions with? Can you start your own channel and maybe try and?
We're going to start our own channel. We're going to throw a couple of videos out there and just see.
Yeah.
It's for friends and family mainly, and obviously that's the purpose, the initial purpose behind it. If you get more views, I mean, fantastic. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we're not relying on it.
No.
I don't know where people would be interested, but if people are interested in watching it, then we'll.
The twins and
we'll do
Sasha are
some
really
more.
excited about putting their own stuff together, and they want to do rope videos and
Yeah.
rope
That's
tying
very good.
and things like that.
Well, the thing we mentioned earlier with Sasha would be good for that. Obviously monitored correctly. And we were at Kids Fest a couple of weeks ago, and I was we had Timmy interviewing some of the other children.
Did he?
Yes, and we had this young lad who's 10 years old, Max. I love you, Max. He was walking past with his dad, and he stopped, and he got really excited, and he was like, "Oh, I listen to the Shrewsbury Biscuit every day after school." And I was like, "No way!"
Wow, famous.
He came and sat with me. And I was saying to Max that, and to his dad, because his dad sat down with me to talk, and I was saying, like, kids talking to kids, or kids taking what's inside and putting it out in anywhere, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's podcast, whether it's content creation, is really important. because it teaches you a new skill. It also helps you unleash and get things off your chest. It's reflection, of you. So I feel like these little videos or these little bits of content creation will be amazing for the children.
They're pretty good on the videos.
They're like naturals because they watch YouTube anyway, and they just come out with and like and subscribe.
All you really need to do is just be yourself.
Yeah,
Correct.
absolutely.
And Ashton's in charge of flying the drone, aren't you?
And fishing.
Yeah, I just hope I don't crash it in the water.
Me too.
So, are you going to learn how to become self-sufficient with this thing? Fish your own fish and make your own food and get.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of catching our own stuff, catching fish.
That'd be really
But
interesting.
we're excited to try and learn. We know it's not going to be as easy.
No, that's the idea of it, isn't it?
You'll see all the.
We'll do the bloopers reel.
Yeah.
The blooper.
Probably a bit longer than the episode.
You think it's going to be easy because people make it look easy, but it's not.
That's the thing. You watch these 15-minute videos and it all looks lovely.
Mm.
And
And
you
then
think,
it just... And then you try and it doesn't go as planned.
It was me and Ashton, we do suffer from seasickness, don't we? So that's a hurdle that a travel sickness we've both got to get over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I think you'll offer it with a kind of a YouTube, Instagram account or whatever, where you've got the life on the sea rather than, oh my God, look at me in the sun,
Oh God, no one's going to want to look at me.
No, but do you know what I mean? They would say, I was at it was a content creation thing at Wellington Orbit, and there was a lady talking about actually the psychological effects behind things like Instagram and TikTok. You got to say that the people live these perfect lives and they all look amazing. It's not. Far from it, right? So, you guys offering the real life on the sea, what it's like a family
it
living
will
out
be.
there, would be really refreshing, I think.
Warts and all, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and we've got the 2 dogs as well, so that's going to present lots of various challenges, isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna put some we're not gonna make the fence sort of things on the boat open. We're gonna put some
It's almost
covering,
like chicken wire, isn't
Dog
it? On
proof
the
the
side
boat.
of the boat.
Yeah.
They have their
just
own
so
bit
they
of.
don't get off.
What did I say to my dad? Don't worry, Dad. They'll have their own bit of AstroTurf and a traffic cone. They'll be fine. We thought it through. Don't worry. But like we say, we're going to be coast hugging for most of it while we learn. So we'll be on the dinghy, on the tender, to shore, walk the dogs, back on before.
Well, what I
Maybe
think,
longer pastures will be when we get a bit better.
what I mentioned to Jane, shout out to Jane Pickworth who put this together.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
I know you're there.
She's amazing. What I said when she introduced us, I was like, we could do like catch-up episodes of you guys and see
we'd
how you're
love
getting
that.
on, because we work with StreamYard, so we can do a podcast with you from around the world,
Yeah.
and we can catch up every 3 months. Be like, I'm catching up with the Morrisons, Morrises, sorry, and we can find out what you guys have been up to, and that'd be really, really good, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd love
definitely.
to do that.
See
I'm
if we're
really
still
enjoying
floating.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
If you need a pointer with equipment, I can help you out. But I'm very excited for your journey. I'm jealous. I'm excited. I'm like, you are doing. I mean, we always say, what is the normal anyway? What is normal? But you're doing the one thing everybody's kind of scared to do, and I yeah.
When we come back, it's probably going to be if they're going to ask, what have you been doing? And we're going to say, well, we've been to Italy and then Croatia and also
Albania.
Greece.
Portugal. There's so
And they're
much.
going to be
Hopefully Greece, yeah.
they're going to be like, well, we went to school until half term. And then in half term, we went to a certain country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not so much anymore. I mean, prices are going up. We've had the pandemic. Yeah, there's lots going up. Fuel's back to, I feel like you guys are getting out at the right time, if I'm honest.
Lots happening at the moment.
Yeah.
Local
Yeah.
world, isn't there?
It's kind of scary. I mean, I was going to talk about something I can't really talk about on the podcast. Well, that's right. I'll tell you after. I'll tell you off air. But yeah, there's lots of consequences to that. But you guys will be out there. You'll be away from it all.
Yeah, we were happy to be in a caravan when the bills went up.
Yeah.
Nice not to have to worry about that for a change.
Yeah. Timmy, have you got any questions for these guys? Have you got any questions? These guys are going to go live on a boat. Have you thought of any questions that you might want to ask? You're speaking to the microphone. Good questions, though, not silly ones. If I'll tell you what, Timmy, right? If you could go anywhere and live on a boat, anywhere in the world, where would you go to?
America.
America?
Cool.
Ooh.
To go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese. He watches YouTube channels and he... This is a great idea. Let's get all the kids involved. Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Timmy, you can ask the kids anything, all right? These children, we'll keep up in touch with them. So have you got any questions for them? There you go. I'll bring this down. Right, just here. Don't shout, okay?
How many days do you think you're going to live on the boat? Well, we might not do days.
2 years or something?
We might do years.
Like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 years, and then have like a swap.
Yeah, like until we go to secondary school, basically.
Might not want to go back to school.
I'm never going back to school. Never.
So when are you going on the boat?
When are you going on a boat?
12th of April.
No, that's when we're moving
Oh
to
yeah,
Spain.
that's when we don't really know at the moment. Depends what time we get the boat. Really. And also we're going to call it Sailing 7
You're gonna have TV.
channel.
You're gonna have-
Yeah, our YouTube
Are you
channel's going to be
going-
called The Sailing 7. Are you going to have, like, TVs there?
Yeah, we're going to have TVs to like set up, maybe a
Yeah, we're gonna
PS5
have-
or something.
Because
don't know.
Ashley, you're going to be in the bunk beds.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, but I'm going to be in one that has a wall at the end of your bed.
Yep.
And then I think Harrison's going to do that too. And then we're going to have a TV in our room.
And I'm
So-
going to be the one closest to the kitchen.
No, you're not.
Yay!
No, we can never trust you.
We're just going to make sure Harrison's at least the furthest from the kitchen. So
What?
Yeah, indeed.
What?
So we can hear
How
him when
dare him.
he's going past
true.
and trying to sneak chocolates. Because when he was a baby, he stole a load of chocolates. And
What?
Then he,
Wait, what?
He hid the wrappers
It's
under
true.
his bed.
And then we found out, and he was like, "It wasn't me." He had
and
chocolate
then-
all around his
yeah,
mouth.
and then in the morning,
I was like-
he was just like, they were like, "Who stole the chocolates?" And then he was like, "Not me." And then, but he was rolling over all the wrappers that were under his blanket.
Do you like a midnight snack, dear Harrison?
Well, I like a midnight snack every single night.
Oh, I do like a
chocolate.
midnight snack.
I think
But
everyone
I
likes
only
one.
like it occasionally because then I'll be sick.
I like it like I don't know, every single night.
Yeah, and then you'll be sick.
Well, Harrison's always hungry. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's why I do it basically.
Yeah, this is why we keep him the furthest away from the kitchen.
Yeah, but in the old house I still managed to get
This is
To the
why we're gonna.
kitchen.
This is why this time we're gonna keep you the furthest away from the kitchen.
But the thing I'm most excited about is to go. Well, one of the most exciting things is to go on the boat and begin sailing and just like swinging off the ropes
Yeah.
into the pool. But,
maybe even
but I
learn how to do
feel
it.
this is something that
You
can
mean the
be
sea, not the pool?
It's a massive pool.
Basically,
but
yeah.
It's just this is something a bit funny. I feel like someone's gonna be a bit too afraid and then gonna come back and hit where the rope's attached to.
Oh, that'd be painful.
So that might.
Then they're gonna go.
That's a good question.
What training have you been doing? Well, we've been doing a first aid course training.
Yeah, we got the certificates for that.
Yeah, on Wednesday
he's
we
been
did
doing
it.
a boat training
And
thing.
our dad did a
Sailing.
sailing course, and then he did a radio course. So like the radio, if one of us is in our rooms and the other needs help driving the boat, then you could, instead of going there, you could just use your radio and say, "Hey, I need help with driving the boat," and yeah, and then
That's simple.
instead of yeah,
That's what the walkie-talkies are going to be for.
it's radio.
No, the radio's for like people. So if you need any assistance with the boat, then you can radio them, and then they'll like send out someone to help or something.
How was the first aid course? Was it difficult? Was it fun?
It was fun.
Bit difficult maybe.
Yeah.
We learned how to do
really
CPR. We learned what to do when someone's choking.
And head bumps and break. We learned the difference between breaks and fractures.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for chatting to us, kids. Right, we'll clear the kids off the table so we finish this off. Thank you so much
All right.
for that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, right. Oh, you guys can share that microphone if you like, but you can't hear what we're saying very well. Right, so if people wanted to follow your progress, guys, if they wanted to follow your YouTube or if they wanted to, how can they find you?
They'll find us. Our YouTube channel's not launched yet, but it will be soon. Sailing 7,
Yep.
the YouTube channel's name.
Yeah, well, you keep in touch with the Shrewsbury Biscuit, and we'll follow your journey. I'm very, very excited about this because, like,
As we speak, we should have it up and live. Yeah.
I used to love Waterworld with Kevin Costner. Yeah, he used to swing around on the boat and jump in the. I used to love that film, and I used to have adventures of going on the boat and stuff. So, like, you guys are like, I'm going to live my dreams for you guys. So,
Maybe you come out and see us one day.
yes, yeah.
That'd be good.
My wife is very. She's
Yeah, there
not.
we go. Yes, then. Shrewsbury podcast on the back of our boat.
Yeah, there we go. Living the dream.
Surrounded by the Morrises and their spaniels.
Sailing 7.
Sailing 7.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it very much. You guys are brilliant, and thank you so much for coming out to speak to us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this is the ice well and truly broken, I think, and we'll definitely keep in touch with you guys.
Very much.
Thank you.
Well, before we get out of here, guys, have you guys got anything else to add? Have you got any mentions? Anybody you want to say hello or to, or thank you for to, or is there anything else you want to add to this before we get out of here?
Just everyone
Thank
who
you,
supported us along the
Herbie's
way.
mum and dad, for helping us with the
Jane
YouTube
and Tony.
channel
Yeah,
and all of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
putting us in touch with Alex and
Jane. Yeah,
Yep.
we
Jane
are
and
yet to
Tony.
speak to her
Yeah.
yet, but Katie Rink, she does the
my Shrewsbury. Yeah,
My
big
Shrewsbury.
shout. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
speaking to her soon before we go if I can get that organised.
Thank you very much for having us.
Ah, you guys are great. I'm glad that we've met you. Before we get out of here, though, I need to tell you guys about our website, which is the shrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. All of our content is available on there. You can go on there and press play on all of our podcasts. That's if you don't want to listen to us on iTunes and Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts. And our website is made for us by our good friends at Web Orchard. If you need a website, make sure you check out our friends at Web Orchard. They will make the perfect website for you. If you've got an Etsy account, if you're traveling across the world and you want to keep in touch with people, Web Orchard will make a custom-made website just for you. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you to the Morrises for coming around today.
No problem.
It's been
Thank
great
you.
fun. I've really loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, this has been like very fun.
I never really get to use a microphone.
I use it a little bit too much, you know. I really
Quite fun.
It is.
Maybe if we forget about this, we can go on to Shrewsbury Biscuit and listen to ourselves do this.
You can, and I've just said to your mum that you can come on the show every couple of months. We'll get you guys on, and
All right.
we'll see where you guys are in the world.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
that sounds good.
You can,
Maybe one time you call us, we might be in the Bahamas.
yeah,
Told
maybe
you once to go to
get straight to the
That
Bahamas.
will probably be years away. Well, if it was your rules, then we'd be straight there.
Yeah.
What
Straight
could
there.
possibly go wrong?
Where would I go? If I could go anywhere? I think the Mediterranean's a good shout. I think off the coast of Italy.
Yeah.
Off the coast of Italy would be great. I'd love to watch the volcanoes going off on Sicily from the sea. That'd be amazing to see, wouldn't it? You know.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
like to go to the
Far enough
countries
away.
that aren't, like Albania and Montenegro,
Yeah.
where people
Yeah.
haven't really. Of course, people have been there, but there's not as
Yeah.
many videos out there.
Yeah,
No,
I'd like to go
there's
to the Maldives because it's nice and warm.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but the Bahamas is better
A lot
because
of the
they
sailing
like
channels,
dogs.
they've got dogs or.
I'm
kids.
changing
We've
it to
got
the Bahamas.
dogs as well. So
Yeah.
I think that'll be quite informative for people who want
Sailing dogs.
sailing with their
Yeah.
dogs,
Yeah.
Yep.
because that's another
They can learn by
massive headache.
I just hope the dog's got great sea legs. Can you imagine that? Clean up,
Well,
clean up
Ronnie
puke
does.
over-
Reggie, as soon as a big wave came,
Yeah.
Uh-oh, run away to shore.
Yep.
Well, probably
He got picked up by the wave, and then
he only swam because he got picked up by a wave, didn't he?
yeah, and then he swam back, and he was like, "I'm never going in there again."
Yeah, but
Never.
That's another great
ever.
surfing
he
deck,
can
no?
swim, but not as much as Ronnie can, because Ronnie
Yeah,
learned
Ronnie's-
first. 'Cause
yeah.
He was in Mousecroft, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Mastercraft
yeah,
Lane. There's like a
There's a
little
big
lake
lake in there.
there. He does like a little paddle there sometimes.
Yeah, but
Well, he used
Reggie,
to.
not really keen.
He just like gets his
Gets his
legs
paws
up
wet.
to his knees, and then a bit.
We're going to
of
teach
his-
Reggie how to swim in Nan's
Yeah.
pool in Spain, aren't we?
Yeah.
But we're not going to tell her.
Well,
When does this go out?
next week, I think. Next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You might not have wanted to said that last.
You got it.
yeah.
Well, it doesn't really matter because you guys are moving away to the other side of Europe anyway soon, so it's fine.
So basically, as soon as we're in Spain,
They can't get us.
as soon as they've heard this,
Your
then
style.
they'll be like, "I'm coming over to get you."
late.
And then they come down to the port, and we're like sailing out. They're like, "Wait, I'm gonna get back! No, get back here!" No.
I love an hour in your head.
You guys are fantastic. I'm
Yeah,
so
I don't
glad
know
we
what
met
goes
you guys.
around in Harrison's head.
Right, let's let Alex get back to his family.
No, it's fine. I'm loving this. This is
All
great.
night, can we?
Okay.
Well, we're definitely going to have to do this. We'll keep in touch after this.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
when you guys are out on the ocean and you're just starting out, we'll
Bobbing around.
do a virtual podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Brilliant. Well, catch you guys next time. Thank you to you guys for joining us. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much.
Thank you. Peace out.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.